One of the things I'll say about Price Associates in general is they're very easy to work with. Ron was very fair in terms of how he approached what we were going to be doing together. I mean, he really looked at what were we trying to accomplish and how could they best fit and how could they best work with us. And I really appreciated that because he really put us first. It wasn't about Price Associates, it really was about ChargeItPro. Ron is really the big picture guy. And Andy really is the nuts and bolts guy. And he actually embedded with us. I mean, he became part of our team. He became one of us. They really were here to give their all. And it worked. It really worked. I mean, I think his involvement, Andy's specific involvement with us, really, I think, was key to us being able to grow like we did and to deal with a lot of the personnel and people problems that we were facing. So one of the big challenges we were facing at the time was growth. The company had grown very, very rapidly. And of course, along with that growth comes all these other problems. And a lot of those problems related really to people. And I think that's where really Andy really shined. He really understands people and he understands about how people interact in the organization.
We really approached the interventions here at ChargeItPro holistically. So I worked from a model of what a healthy team should look like and focused on different areas of that model over time. We did a lot of work around clarity, so that entailed things like job benchmarking or job profiling, trying to get people very clear about what the key results were for their particular jobs. At the same time, we did a lot of work around organizational clarity, and so I was actually all in helping to really create the first org charts that had ever existed here. We also did a whole lot of work around just interpersonal relationships. I did a fair amount of essentially conflict mediation kinds of things. And then we really focused a lot on really growing a leadership team. So we formed a team of 10 leaders, and I worked with them intensively over many months, in fact years, developing a healthy base from which to work.
I think the most impactful solution that Price provided really surrounded people. So one of the things they did is they introduced DISC. We fully implemented DISC within the organization. It was very helpful with regards to recruiting new talent. We were recruiting a lot of new talent because we were growing very rapidly. And having the advantages of DISC help us with that. Also job profiling, so we could take a look at job profiles and then apply the DISCs that we had received from the potential candidates and make sure that we had proper matches. That really enabled us to make sure that we got the right people the first time. One of the highlights of our relationship together was the strategic planning sessions we did. We went off-site. We spent 2 to 3 days together. Price Associates, both Ron and Andy, did a tremendous job of organizing those for us, and they were tremendously successful. And it was really wonderful to see what came out of those when we came back from those sessions. And they were fantastic in terms of bringing the team together. And you know, there were a lot of things, hard problems. In fact, I was one of the biggest problems. And Andy actually had to have some fairly strong words with me. And that's one of the things I really respected. You know, I'm the guy that's hiring this person, and yet he still can come to me and have a strong conversation with me about the way I sometimes conducted myself. And I really grew as a result of that. And I think that's one of the biggest things that I can say thanks to Andy for, is he helped me become a better person, a better manager, and a better leader.
I honestly think the favorite part of the whole thing was the relationships. For me, it's not just a job. I'm really part of the organization that I get to serve. I sort of can't help myself. I end up becoming part of the team, and that definitely happened here. So I would say without any hesitation, it was just the relationships themselves that were the deepest part.
I've worked with many consultants in my career. I have to say, quite frankly, I haven't worked with a better organization than the Price Associates. First of all, number one, putting us first. I thought that was meant so much to me. I mean, they really made me feel that they made us first. And I think that the expertise that they brought, especially surrounding people, is very, very powerful.